Welcome to my review of Ghosts and Goblins for the NES. And I'll start by saying this is a very shitty port. I just put up a tutorial of the game with commentary of both loops for the true ending, and I do complain about the game a lot in that, but I decided I'd give it a little extra attention for a review. But yeah, I did complete the original arcade port of the game, so I know how the game is supposed to play, and this definitely isn't how the shit is supposed to play. It plays like shit. There's many NES games in this style that have played way smoother than this. It's just a shitty port. It's very unresponsive, controls that don't work. Some of the problems that'll stand out is that, the scrolling is very choppy, but that's fine. I got used to that. But, a lot of times your inputs don't respond, so you fire a weapon, it doesn't come out. Your character will just stop walking at any given time if you hit the slightest diagonal on the D-pad, which is very easy to do. And that can completely fuck up your momentum and get you killed. There's a lot of things that are placed to troll you, such as they'll put a torch on a ladder you need to go down. And if you get the torch, it's a completely shitty weapon, so you're going to end up having to farm pots until you get the weapon you want. And it's just filled with bullshit. The original games do have, of course, aspects that are kind of, trolly that you could say. But this one takes it, up a notch, especially with when you have all the bad controls and bad gameplay of this port. Very sloppy. When you try to land on platforms, a lot of times you will go through them if you're, if your foot touches the edge, you'll probably go through the platform. You have to get on the platform decently. It's like kind of shitty landing detection, and sometimes you get stuck inside the platforms. There's a lot of glitching and things that glitch out. There's a few areas where you will take a hit no matter what. You'll just get hit because the game glitches out. Like before the dragon boss, you'll just get hit if the game decides to hit you. So that can get you killed, or at the very least down to your last hit. You can only take 2 hits. So it's just very sloppy. The original game did have intentional control limitations, aside from, the trajectory of your jump. It was always fixed, so whenever you would launch a jump, you'd be locked into that distance. But it just feels worse here because the game plays so much worse. I would say if you want to really understand how bad of a port it is, play the original arcade version on MAME and then try this. Because it's trying to imitate that, so it's doing a very bad fucking job. I'm not really showing any sloppy parts specifically because this footage is from my actual edited playthrough, with most of the deaths edited out. So, it's when things went better, but when you play the game, you'll understand it's a sloppy game. It's not just because, you're playing the game badly. It's a shitty game, very shitty port. And, I can say that because I completed most of the games in the series and, most of the unique versions of these games. Like here, you have to take a fucking hit on this first boss in this stage. It's pretty much, if he doesn't cooperate and run away, you pretty much have to take the first hit. It's total bullshit. It's very shitty design like that in this game that's prevalent. It is a short game. It doesn't help that you have to beat the game twice because it's a shitty port. So it makes it even more egregious that you got to go through it twice. And then the second time, the enemies are faster and shoot faster and shit like that, which it stands out more in this version because of how badly it plays, how unresponsive it is. So it's a very shitty game. But yeah, you'll have to beat it twice. And if you don't use the shield weapon on the Satan boss, you'll get sent back to the 5th stage. So it's just there to fuck with you, shit like that. But it's definitely not the worst NES game or anything like that. Dragon's Lair makes this look like a classic fucking game. The only reason I'll probably mark it a few points higher is because, the layout of the game is based on the classic layout of the original arcade game, which I would say is a good arcade game. It's not a great game. Ghouls and Ghosts for the sequel, Ghouls and Ghosts for arcade is much fucking better than the original Ghosts and Goblins this is based on. So really, this was like a good arcade game, but not great. I mean, for the time, it was quite good, but now it stands off. It's just, a good. The arcade version, I would say, is just a good game, but not great. So this is trying to imitate a good game, and it does a really shitty job. It's not even trying to imitate, a great game, but it does have a good, stage layout and stuff like that overall, because it's based on the original arcade. So that part of the game is not really bad, Though it does feel more like a troll setup in this game. I don't know why, but maybe I'd have to compare it directly, but the game felt more like it was trying to fuck you over more often. But it plays bad. So for me, this is a 3 out of 10. It's playable. It's not the worst game on the NES, but it's a really bad port. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.